Hi everyone, I'm Thomas. I'm the author of long press button asset, and I'm going to show you how to use it and how can you implement this in your own games. So this is the demo scene from our long press button asset, and you can just click and hold the long press button with or without the slider, and you will see a firework shooting whenever it's finished. You can adjust the hold time, you can make it very short or very long, and it's also possible to not hold it all the way. And there are some options like retrigger, so you can just hold and keep repeating the action. There's the execute on release, which disables retrigger, but you have to actually release your mouse in order to activate the button. And of course you can use keyboard controls, hold the enter, and you can use a regular gamepad, any gamepad actually, to just navigate and hold the button. So there you go, that's the asset, and in a minute I'll show you how to set it up from scratch. So let's dig in. I'm going to create a new scene. And here in this scene, we have nothing yet. So first of all, let's create a UI canvas. Let's switch into 2D mode so we will see our canvas, because all the buttons are going to be inside the canvas. All right, let's scale it down a little. There we go. So that's our main UI screen. Now you can go to button long press, prefabs, and for example, drag the button long press and drop it inside your canvas. So you get this button here now. Immediately if you go to the play mode, you can already use it, but it does nothing because it's not wired or anything. So you can change, like in a regular button, you can change the highlight colors, normal colors. You can make this button look the way you want it. You can use sprite swaps, you can use animations. Long press button doesn't change any of this. It just comes from the button originally. And now there is the long press options over here. The long press options is what you're exactly going to use to configure the button. So let's make this, let's make the directional light go off and on as we hold the button. Now we will do a on-click long complete callback. So we're going to add a new event here. We click the plus button to add something to the list. Then we grab the directional light, drag it and drop it here. Then we can choose the game object set active function, and we're going to keep this unchecked so the light will go off. But we want to actually turn the light on at the start of the click. So when we click the second time, we will be able to see the light go up again. So let's click plus on the start and again drag the directional light in here, select game object, set active, and this time we're going to check this box so the light will go on. Okay, now let's just hit play mode and we press the button, the light goes off. We press the button, light goes on. If we don't press long enough, light keeps on. If we press long enough, light goes off. We can also enable execute on release. So then if we hold, nothing happens until we release the button. If we don't have that, we can then retrigger, and let's reduce the time a little bit here, the hold time. So now it's going to retrigger, but we cannot see anything with the retrigger because we need to actually release the button in order to make the light go up. So there we go. That's how you set up button long press. If you want to figure out how it's made, it has a slider inside. So there's just a regular UI slider, which is for showing the progress. You can change the slider direction. You can make it go left to right. You can make it go bottom to top. That's up to you and up to your game style. And you can, of course, get rid of the slider if you don't like it. So if we just disable it, it will still work, or you can just delete it. There's also a prefab which doesn't have the slider. It's called no progress. And there's TextMeshPro version. Basically, you can use any text solution here because the button itself doesn't use the text. So it's up to you if you use regular text or you need the TextMeshPro. Now, yeah, we can delete the slider, although it's inside a prefab. So let's first unpack the prefab and delete the slider. And now the button will still work. There will be no errors, no nothing, but there will be no progress. So if you want to add your own slider inside, you can just do UI slider, make sure it's nested inside the button above the progress text, and then you can actually position your slider wherever you want, maybe above or below the button. I suggest to remove the handle because it doesn't look good. And now let's see what happens if we press the button. Yeah, the slider goes up. So it's up to you, how do you want to style this. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the button long press asset. If you have any questions, you can write to help@codalinea.com. Email will be in the description of the video and of course in the asset itself. Thank you again and see you the next time. Cheers.